Hallo. In this video I'm going to show you the most important pronunciation rules of the German letters. Let's begin. The letter A is pronounced like in the English word father. For example, aber, Hase. B is pronounced like in English, Bär, Leben. However, when B is at the end of a word, it is pronounced like a P. For example, Lob. While there are the letter combinations CH, CK, and SCH in German, the letter C doesn't come alone in German words, but it appears in a lot of foreign words that are used in German. The pronunciation then depends on the pronunciation of the original language. Here are two examples. Clown, Center. The letter D is pronounced like in English, da, Laden. But at the end of a word, it is pronounced like a T, Bad. The letter E has three different pronunciations. The first one does not exist in English. It's E, like in T. The second pronunciation is E, as in eng. And the third pronunciation is a schwa, which sounds like the O in harmony, Reise. F is just like in English, fahren, scharf. G is pronounced like a G in get, gegen. But at the end of a word it is pronounced like a K. For example, Berg. The letter H is pronounced just like in English at the beginning of a syllable, Hase. In addition, this letter is used to make vowels long, Bahn, gehen. The next letter is pronounced I when it's long, Igel. When it's short, it's pronounced like in the word in, immer. By the way, Igel means hedgehog in English, and Adler would be eagle. The next letter, J, is pronounced like Y in English, ja. K is always pronounced like C in cat, for example, kaufen. L is pronounced like the letter L in lift, using the British pronunciation, lachen, viel. M is pronounced like in English, Mantel, Kamm. N is also pronounced like in English, Nase, gern. The long O has no equivalent in English. For example, Hose. The short O sounds like the short O pronounced the British way, offen. P is pronounced like in English, Pause. The letter Q is always followed by U. The pronunciation is Q and sometimes even sounds like Kf, bequem, Quatsch. The next letter, R, is pronounced like in French, rot, breit. S in German at the beginning of a word or syllable is pronounced like Z in English, so, leise. At the end of a word it is pronounced like S in English, for example, house. T is pronounced like in English, tennis, Brot. U is pronounced like double O as in loop when it's long, U-Bahn. It's pronounced like double O as in hood when it's short, bunt. The letter V can be pronounced like F as in Vater, or like a V as in Vase. The next letter, V, is always pronounced like the letter V in English, Wann, Löwe. The letter X is pronounced just like in English, taxi. Y is mostly pronounced like the letter Ü, for example, Typ, Psychologie. And then there's the letter Z, which is a combination of the sounds T and S. Zoo, heizen. And finally, let's take a look at the remaining letters. The pronunciation of the long A umlaut, or is similar to A in band, ähnlich. It's also very common in German to pronounce the long like a long ähnlich. The short version of the letter sounds like this, ändern. The long version of has no similar sound in English. It sounds like this, böse. The short version sounds like in Turkey, when pronounced the British way. Öffnen. There's no sound that resembles Ü in English, so just listen to the pronunciation. When Ü is long, it sounds like this. Übel. The short version sounds like this. Rücken. And here's the last letter. SZ is always pronounced like an unvoiced S. Straße. Heiß. Well, I guess we've come to the end of this lesson. Thank you for watching. Tschüss.